Greetings, everyone. Greetings. It is Harambee Live Radio. It's a little bit after 8 o'clock. We had some technical difficulties. We were trying to share with you some music from the birthday boy, but he said, no, you didn't pay for it. So I think he shut it down. And he has every right to. So the ancestors said, you didn't pay for it. I appreciate you celebrating my birthday, but you cannot play my music while you are doing your show. So happy birthday to you, Prince, anyway. And thank you all for listening in. Those who are coming in, I see you there. Kanitha, I know you're on the road somewhere. You're not in the city. I see you there. Chandra, I see you there. Breana, I see you, C. Marie. I'm getting some feedback from somewhere. Where am I getting the feedback from?
What?
Oh. I'm getting some feedback from somewhere. All right, we're going to get started on this show. I want to move forward. I want to talk about, I want to introduce you to some of these dynamic women that we have in our community and how we have dedicated this Saturday here at Harambee Market for Self-Care Saturday. Many of you are aware of what we do here at Harambee. It is a culturally conscious shopping experience, but we also like to have workshops. We also like to introduce the community to a plethora of cultural conscious experiences, not just clothing, other type of awarenesses. So I've had Harambee Market Radio for several months. I haven't been on air in a minute, but I'm back. And I'm so thankful that many of you are listening. So first things first, I want to just give a big shout out. I think I can do this. I want to give a big shout out to everyone who was involved in Africa Day, maybe 3 weekends ago. That was epic. That was an overwhelming experience for the city. And I was involved. People came from everywhere. I was involved actually with a sister from Memphis who set up sisters who were doing it for themselves. People came from everywhere. There was fashion, there was food, there was culture, it was just overwhelming. And a couple of sisters, well, one of the sisters that we're going to talk to today, she also vended at Africa Day. And other than that, the summer is about to begin. We're going into summer. We are in spring. And so we're all excited about that too. So we're hoping that this Saturday you will consider coming on out and getting involved with what we have. So I guess we're just going to get started. Didn't do my music segue. So we're just going to get started and have each one of them introduce themselves. I have Breana Price. I have C. Marie Long, and I have Sister Jewel Coleman. Sorry, Jewel. But I want them to tell you a little bit about them, and then maybe I can kind of talk individually a roundabout way for them to share what it is that they do specifically. So, Breana, you're a homegirl. You're from Jacksonville?
Well, yeah, Little Rock, Jacksonville.
Okay,
whatever,
I think she likes Little Rock. Big up Jacksonville, but we got it a little right now. So Breana's going to be facilitating. To my understanding, I met Breana about a year ago. Beautiful sister, very light, very beautiful energy. Met her at Brother Panic. Panic came into our city. I think you may have been one of the youngest sisters in the audience.
The youngest person there.
And you were like on the front row, like getting all that good information.
Yes.
And then you came by the shop because you all did a jewel. Crystal dig the next day, and you came by the shop, and I got to talk with you more. But now you're doing some other things that you have branched out to do. Yeah. So what is it that you do? I know it's in the Reiki arena.
So what I do, basically, I'm just a healer. I talk with people if they need like consultations. I guide people that want to grow spiritually and get more in tune with their spirit. I help them, get in tune with that. Right. And the Reiki is just one of the ways that I have of doing that. And that's just like basically healing you. And that's to me, it's one of the easiest ways you can get your chakras unblocked, because it's literally just, you don't have to do nothing except for just go into a meditative state and just let the Reiki flow into you. Okay. But I also do like simple little tarot readings for people that need like clarity, guidance, confirmation. And also if people need like consultations, they can hit me up just if they want to talk. And just simple things like that. I also do distance sessions for people who don't live near me. So
Okay, so we'll pick back up on that. So we got Reiki, we have tarot card reading, and what else did you just mention?
just like the consultations. And yeah, I do animals too and everything.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that. See, Marie. Well, you know what? Let's save you for last. See, Marie. Jewel Coleman. Representing Detroit, Michigan. I ain't gonna touch that.
Yeah, Detroit.
So yeah, I met Jewel probably a good 6 months ago. We vended next to each other, and thankfully, it just grew into it's like I need to know who you are and where you're located, and I want to talk more to you. However, it went down. It was kind of crazy that day because we were out vending and it was hot and trying to slang some product and all that stuff. But anyway, Jewel is a Jewel. Her and her friend Lane are local vendors here. There are local crafters here as well. But they're specifically as it pertains to healing and things of that nature. Jewel specifically works with, what is it that you work with?
I work with vegan, organic body care, and I started on that journey. Due to all the toxic things that we have in the stores that I can't use. I have sensitive skin. So I've been learning about not only making body care products, but also medicine. And so I delve into making, cleansing tonics, teas, tinctures, whatever. Lip balms. Shampoos and conditioners. I call myself, your average day Dr. Quinn, medicine woman,
All right.
So, local bruja. I'll be your Rite Aid, because you're in the right place.
But it's funny you say that because it's hard to conceive that everything that we get out of Walmart or Walgreens, oh God, I'm not giving them any type of advertisement. Let me just, a lot of things that we get out of those corner stores that you can actually make yourself. And that's nothing that we ever conceived of when you're young. You want lotion, you go buy lotion. You want shampoo, you go purchase shampoo. You want, deodorant, you go buy it out of the store. Right. But with all of that comes chemicals. And we know that because of our skin and pores, it goes into our bloodstream. So you make all of this by your hands.
Everything by hand.
Organic
products.
How long have you been doing it?
For about 3 years now, I believe. Completely selling it 3 years now, but I've been doing it for myself for a little while longer. Okay. Yeah. So I also do numerology readings. Just to throw that out there,
Okay. So we have Bree with the Reiki. We have Dr. Jewel with natural cleansing products, holistic healing products. And then we have our queen sister who once lived here in Little Rock. She lived here in Little Rock for several years. A lot of people know her for her cooking, for even her videography. She was into film and a lot of other networks. But I know C. Marie for that too, but just really being a good friend. And she's back in the city. So, C. Marie, we already know to some degree what to expect from you, because you're bringing the word, sound, power. You just walk up, the word, sound, power workshop back to us.
Yes. And do you want me to explain what
a little bit.
Power is?
Yeah.
Okay. Word, sound, power is from the school of Qigong, which is basically just dealing with healing sounds and healing through your voice. Making different, because you have different sounds that we make are attuned to different organs in our body and attuned to different energy centers in our body, which is what Breana was talking about earlier when she spoke about chakras, because chakras, for those of you who don't know, are nothing but energy centers within our body, like nodes where energy is concentrated. And so these particular sounds can help you release whatever blockages that you may have, which are caused by stress, anxiety, fear, worry, shame, grief, anger, any of those emotions that really debilitate our body and our health, whether it's mental or physical, you can alleviate through practicing these sounds. And so that's what we'll be going into on Saturday.
So if you are listening, many of you, again, this is not her first time doing this or presenting this here at Harambee Market. Several of you, I think maybe it was over a year ago when you had your first workshop here. It's for men, maybe 2 years ago, men, women, children. We didn't have any children at the time, but it also works with children as well. But it does raise the vibration of the entire space when we go into that sound healing. So that's what we're going to offer to you this Saturday. And I guess we're going to take some time out just to kind of talk about self-care and maybe some of the things that were mentioned today that may be new to you. I know a lot of sisters that come through here, people in general come through here, and I know they are looking for something, but it is seemingly hard for them to embrace this new idea of healing. The easiest thing for any one of us to do, or what we have been taught to do, is to go to the doctor and get a prescription and make it better, which we know it doesn't make it better, it just masks it, but it does not take away what caused it.
Exactly.
It just masked it. So I am a person who has had my immune system compromised heavily, and I have marched all the way through the medical system and followed everything I was to follow. And then I got to a point where I was like, forget the doctors, forget the hospitals, I choose how I live and die. Don't touch me. Don't look at me, don't touch me. But as I've gotten older, I realized that I know how to handle, because I do have a doctor now, and I kind of know how to handle my approach to doctors than I did before. I need to know what it is what you think could be wrong with me. Okay, so I have low iron. All right. I'm not big on taking iron pills. But now that I know, living in, where we live and having these options, such as you ladies right here, there are other options to the iron. Breathing is an option. Reiki, meditation, quieting yourself is an option. And I learned about what you do a long time ago. Blackstrap molasses is an option. I learned about what you do a long time ago. And someone, I was listening to a radio show, and they were like, if you take all of the chemicals out of things that you put on your body, not only can it heal you, but you can lose weight. And I'm like, how can you lose weight? Like, that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to like vegan radio or something. I mean, like, this was years ago. It's like, take the Comet out, take all those known household cleansers out of your space, and you can lose weight. Have you heard that before? Are you familiar with how that works?
I mean, just doing, because you're absorbing all of that internally through your lungs, through your skin. So I agree. Like, you could lose inflammation is what I really think it is, because those things, cause us to kind of look puffy.
Right. And so people don't think about that. And a lot of times they want to run to the diet. Now, people know me because I do prepare vegan food. I do prepare vegan workshops, and they think, okay, just the food alone is going to help you. But no,
it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. Yeah. So I don't know. I could be rambling just a little bit, but the Reiki component of it. Sometimes I trip on saying that word. Reiki. I want people to understand that I've been there. We've all been there, where the doctor is seemingly God. And that prescription is going to be what heals you. But at the end of the day, people die in hospitals, and that's unfortunate. That should not happen, right? But it's a gamble sometimes. But I don't see my people, melanated people, embracing the alternatives. And so you all have the alternatives. So talk a little bit about the alternative, Bree. And maybe, do you have that experience with people like, I don't know, what do you do? What's that all about?
And it's crazy because it's like, these are things this is our history, this is our roots, you know what I'm saying? This is what we should be familiarized with anyways.
Hey, Kim Brown. Thanks for
hey,
listening. Kim Brown, thanks for listening. Please share. Hey, this is Harambee Market Radio. You're listening. We're sitting around the table. We're live, audio live. You can't see us, but you can hear us. And we're talking to these individual sisters about Self-Care Saturday, this Saturday at Harambee Market. If you can hear us, if you like what you're hearing, if everything's clear, give us some love, give us some likes. Yeah, we have a little ego here, so we want to tap. But Breana was sharing about what she does as far as her alternative approach to healing, which is the Reiki, and what that brings to people. And people may be like, I'm not sure, I've heard about it, but exactly.
So, I mean, like everything first, before things manifest physically, first they have to take place at a spiritual level. Even though like something outside of you may have caused it, but it still starts at a spiritual level. For instance, like a little while ago, I actually like hit my elbow on something, but like every bone, every little like pain in your body, it's all connected to something emotional first. So I looked at I got this little body chart that I use to pinpoint pain on people as well. And the pain, it says like whenever your elbows hurt, it's like overextending to prove yourself. And so I realized I had to check myself, like, okay, that is something that I was doing. Even though I bumped my elbow, it still happened at a spiritual level. So what the Reiki does, it's actually healing you at a spiritual level versus, and getting to the real root of the problem versus just like the emotional root. Versus just trying to heal you physically with like, medicine, drugs.
Sure.
Because doctors, they only keep you at one end of the spectrum. They're not trying to balance it.
Sure.
Not holistically.
And so do you find that when people come, I guess those that actually come, they see some type of relief after sessions with you. But I don't know if I said it earlier, but maybe I did. The balance of if you do have this doctor thing that you are attached to, it's still okay to have a Reiki master,
right? Yeah,
as someone to approach something.
A doctor would even tell you to go get Reiki,
and if they don't tell you, then it's none of their business. For some, it's none of their business what you do. Doctor, I just need your approach to this.
Exactly.
Because if I try to do something else, if I want to do something else, they made it discourage you. Oh, you shouldn't do that for whatever reason, and then you're thinking, oh, my doctor says. So that put doctor on what kind of level that the doctor can dictate to you how you want to heal yourself. So you're right, there is a fear of going outside of the doctor, but they make money. They make money off of you, so they don't want you to go.
They don't want you to go to no alternative healing. But I know, like the woman who certified me, Yokevich, she's in New York, but she's like been in this for a long time. And she said back in the day, she was an RN actually, and they would even have like volunteer like Reiki practitioners come in to relieve the pain. Yeah,
they're doing that. They're sending nurses out now to go get specialized in Reiki
because it's so powerful. Like people would be in pain, and then like the medicine's not helping them nothing, and they would just we got to have somebody that knows Reiki to go in there and relieve it. And
and you gave a little bit of the history. What else involves Reiki? I mean, it is our culture, a part of our culture, but that word doesn't sound like our
it's
culture,
definitely like a Japanese. I'm saying it's not necessarily our culture. Whenever I say our culture, I just mean like spiritual healing in general, and because everything came from us anyways. It's just. But Reiki basically was refounded, I guess you could say, by reintroduced by Mikao Usui. And it's composed of two words. So Rei, meaning like God's wisdom or higher power, and then Ki, which is like your light body or like energetic body, whatever. And so whenever you put them together, it's like thinking of just whenever I tell people, I'm like, whatever you view God as, just view that as like coming through me and healing you, basically. Because that's basically all it is. And I don't like to get into the whole, it's just however you
the religion
component
of it, because that can scare a lot of people away.
And so it's just like however you come, what makes you the most comfortable, so I can heal you. That's that's what it is.
C. Marie, do you have any experience with Reiki healing or background in it at all?
I studied it, but I didn't choose to pursue a certification in it. Back like in I guess that would be like around 2007, 2008. But
can you stand up and come closer? I know it's real sensitive. I know it can pick you. I just want to make sure you're clear.
And I just I studied it because I really wanted to know what it was about and kind of get a background on it, because at that time, it's like in the present day, they do go into the history of it and tell you, yes, this energy, that you're working with, but it's really nothing new per se. It's like at that time when it came out, and I guess because it was, when any new type of healing modality is introduced into the world, of course, there's going to be a monetary component to it, and so the people who reintroduced that, they want to protect it in some fashion.
Yeah.
And so it was taught.
Well, I remember there was a lot of people getting trained for Reiki, like about 8 to 10 years ago.
Yes.
Everybody wanted to get this healing, power.
Right.
And then it kind of had a little
died
lull.
Down. Now it's a little resurgence in it. Right. And so once my studies of it kind of took me back to the church, because I was raised in the church.
Right.
I was a church girl. And I'm like, oh, this is like healing, laying on the hands. And so that was my introduction and my understanding of Reiki, that it was like laying on the hands.
Yes, that's exactly. Whenever I used to like be a Christian or whatever, I would like watch those videos all the time.
Yeah, it is.
Healing, and I'm like,
it is a part of that culture.
But it's like it's.
Or how did that do that? How did just touching somebody heal them?
Faith, but it's crazy how it's like that's normal to some people, but at the same time, what I'm doing is like different to you. You know what I'm saying? Just 'cause it's the same exact thing, fam.
Right. It's just getting around these terms and these new words, these foreign words, these alien words to us, these foreign philosophies to us. But I think what you're doing is good, especially because you're coming at it at your age and the angle that you're coming at it from. You can make people more comfortable because you can put it in their language.
Yes, and I've been where they've been. Like, I've been that uncomfortable person whenever people talked about it, but then it's just a matter of like...
So do you all think as healers, I'm just calling you that, you may not want to take on that term, but do you think people are born to heal? It's just a part of who your destiny?
Oh, yes.
Because you can't tell if someone is just not right for your healing.
Yes.
And I do want people to realize that as well, because there are so many people dipping and dabbing in this type of ministry that you have to be careful of who you vibe with. Well, that's just like with doctors. Some doctors you just don't feel comfortable with, and you should not have to sit under them and listen to anything they have to say.
Some people are just vampires.
And some people are vampiric with their energy. And just because someone says, I do this and I do that, first of all, it may not be time for you to even walk through the door of this right now. It will call you. Trust me. I mean, I'm experiencing some things myself that I thought about, but I never ran to it. But naturally, it came to me, and I was like, okay, this was time for me to have this experience. I mean, I had a reading today, which I thought was absolutely powerful. I did not see it coming. I just put something out, some information out. I shared some information, and the sister was like, well, the sister was Marie. She was like, well, let me pull out the cards. Yes, the cards.
Yes.
And see if I can help you find a better focus with this question that you have.
Right.
So, to some people, I get it, but I just had not had a reading with cards, but it was time. But I wasn't going to try to have a reading with cards 5 years ago because, I'm into this stuff. I need a reading from cards. I need to eat vegan. I need to do this. I need to do that.
So many rules.
It's like, wait a minute, just wait.
People treat it like it's a trend.
Just wait. Right. Well, and if that is the case, if you do have questions, you do have concerns, again, we will have our Self-Care Saturday, this Saturday at Harambee Market, started at 1 o'clock. We'll have 3 sessions with the 3 presenters that we're talking to this evening. So if you have questions about Reiki, if you have questions about any type of alternative healing modalities, I think that these ladies are excellent in helping to explain what it is they do, but also what it is you may need, or just answering your questions. If you don't have to commit to anything, just answering some questions that you may have. And some of you do have questions. You don't want to talk to your mother. You know you can't share with your sister. You're battling with it inside of you, but it's there, you know. But I know it's easy to revert back to whatever's not working for you. But if there is some type of awakening that is going on inside of you, then, let this maybe possibly be a first step. I always recommend Sacred Woman by Queen Afua. And I know I've had a few sisters who have inboxed me, what was that book you told me to get? And I don't know what prior to Sacred Woman did we have for melanated women and men to help us understand our minds, our bodies, and our spirit. I don't think we had anything. Jewel Coleman, I don't want to leave you out of the discussion. Because again, you're going to do a presentation, and speaking of Queen Afua, because she's really good in talking about cleansing and detoxing, not just with food, but the skin, sensitive areas of the body, the womb, the breast, etc., etc. So tell us a little bit about, because you're going to do the first workshop, starts at 1:00. What's the name of your workshop?
I'm doing a skin cleansing workshop, just overall giving people back the power to create things to cleanse themselves versus going out trying to going out and giving the bigger companies the power. You could take the power into your own hands, figure out what it is that you want to use, what works best with your skin. You get to learn yourself. By making things yourself, you learn the personality of your skin. And I said personality because everybody's skin has their own,
little personality.
Own little personality, just like hair and everything else. I feel like making your own things, or at least exploring alternatives, you'll start to learn more about your body parts. And Bree was talking about Reiki and how different, the pain tells you what's going on internally. I feel like the different pains inside, if you
just your skin being sensitive, you have an outburst. Yeah. And the first thing you may want to do, people I need something for my skin. No, you may need something for your liver.
Yes.
You may need something for
your kidneys.
Something else, your kidney. It's not about just putting something, but the things that we buy in the store help eradicate that just as soon as you apply it. And it's about,
which is massive.
It's about beauty. That's what they're selling. So my liver is jacked up, but as long as my skin is pretty,
it don't matter how it looks like inside. Yeah.
It doesn't matter that my liver is about to wear out on me in about 3 to 5 years. Okay, because we got this thing to take care of. So, Jewel, you make all of this by hand. Is it a one ingredient fits all, or do you work with individuals kind of on what they need?
I work with individuals on what they need because everybody needs something different. I mean, there's certain herbs that everybody can take, like nettle, for instance, is really good, blood cleanser. It's called stinging nettle. And it cleanses your blood. It's good for your liver, your kidney, and overall, if you're having pain in your body and you want something that's going to nourish you and cleanse out your system, nettle is one of those. But it's not like that's the only herb out there,
right?
And
these things grow in our backyard,
and they grow, and that's I wildcraft. I grow things in my own garden. Cool. So some of the things that I have are grown in the garden, or I wildcraft with my friends. I have I'm part of an organization, Community Arkansas Herbalism, which I just say everybody should be a part of.
What's the name of it again?
Community Arkansas Herbalism.
Is it on Facebook?
It's on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah,
you can probably type it in the comments too. Sometime, and other people can look it up.
Yeah, because we go wildcrafting. We go on herb walks to kind of see what medicine we have in our backyard, so you don't have to go and buy things outsourced. And the best thing about buying or finding the things in your backyard is it helps you with the environment that you live in, because those herbs grow in your environment. Exactly. So whatever issues you may have, those things are best to heal you and the environment that you're in. So,
It's funny you say that because Saturday, you all know Marcus Lamb, he did the show maybe 3 or 4 shows ago. He is really into sea moss. And we did a whole show about sea moss and how it works with the body and how it helped cleanse and detox him to lose, oh God, maybe close to 150, 175 pounds. And so I was sharing with him, because he brought me some sea moss Saturday, that my iron, is still low. And we talked about that, and I said, well, I know I want sea moss, but there's some other things that you sell I may want to pick up. So wait, 30 minutes later, he's leaving the shop. We walk outside, and literally, he says, you have dandelion right in the front of your shop.
Oh.
He said, that is excellent for... Now, to me, that was a weed. That's something that when my uncle comes and cleans up my front area, I'm like, cut that and trim that and throw that away. I said, are you sure? He said, yeah, that's dandelion. So we cut it. And I even went online and I, pulled up an image of dandelion. And there it was. Good. He said, you can dry it. You can chop it up. You can put it in a tea. You can boil it. He said, it's right in front of your yard. But, we haven't been taught to see those things. So that herbalism and what do you call it? The kind of walk.
The nature little herb walk is so powerful because we learn how to wildcraft and how to do that in the right way, not over taking the land and allowing that whatever that herb is to still grow so we can have more of it. And like she said, dandelion. You take a little bit of dandelion with a little bit of motherwort and some what was it? And some burdock root,
blackstrap
molasses, and some burdock root. You got you a tonic for hangovers. It all cleans your liver and gets it all cleared out. So you have it in your backyard. And those weeds that people are trying to maintain. See, I hate the thought of having grass, like just regular grass, and people maintaining their yard because you're killing all the medicinal properties out of it.
Say that again.
I don't even know how I said it, but
explain that again. Because everybody has to have a pristine front yard.
Yeah, I think it's just told to us to have that manicured, clean front yard, and I feel like that was a way to get us away from our medicine that grows in our backyard wild. If you let it grow wild, it'll take over the whole backyard, and you could just wildcraft that up and you can make your own medicine without having to go to, I don't knock people from going to the doctor, but I'm just saying you can assist with that and actually get to the root of your problem. See, I think people take herbs and get kind of discouraged because it's not working immediately, but if you continually add this, and I say lifestyle, add this to your lifestyle, drink a tea in the morning with all those herbs in it, you will see the benefits. You'll start to see a turn in your body, not only weight loss, but just clean skin and healthy hair, healthy nails.
And I say weight loss, but also waste loss. And waste could be in your blood, waste could be in your cells, waste could be the mucus throughout your body. So a lot of us want to use weight, but you need to lose waste. You're listening to Harambee Live Radio. We are here, not sure the time, I'm sure it's way after 8:00 p.m. We are talking in regards to sacred, a 40-something sacred Self-Care Saturday, this Saturday, which is June 9th at Harambee Market. We're going to start off, store opens at 11. We're going to start off at 1 o'clock from 1 to 2:30. Jewel Coleman, who was just speaking in regards to do not manicure that front yard because you're killing the medicine that needs to grow underneath. She's going to speak and talk a little bit more about that, but she's also going to do, she's going to have a lot of little goodies with her and do a demonstration. I think if you attend, you're going to be involved hands-on doing a demonstration on skincare, natural skincare products. We're also going to have Breana, what do you call yourself? There's another name that you use.
Brisa de Agua.
Brisa de Agua. I know that has something to do with water.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Basically, it's just whenever I started working with like the deities and, you know, stuff like that, there was one I came across called Brizo. And then I put it together with like the Madre de Agua, and then I kind of just mixed them together. Just it's like people create entities to serve them, and like we could talk a little bit about that at the class or whatever. But it's just like, you know, you just creating something to serve you. Like little kids have an imaginary friend or something like that. You know, you just.
But your title of your workshop was.
The power of your mind.
The power of your mind. So Bree is going to start her workshop at. From 2 to 3:30. Bring a pen and pad, something to write with. I'm assuming you're going to share a little bit of your testimony, because I've seen a lot of growth in you, spiritual, you know, like light versus dark and all of that. I've seen a lot of growth, maturity as well.
Yeah.
Bree is from 3 to 4:30. Okay, so 3 to 4:30. Bree is going to do her workshop, and then we'll have Sister C. Marie from what? 5 to 7, and that's when we do the word sound power. I'm going to add a video to the group so you can see what that looks like. But that's just I don't know. Did you talk about word sound power already?
I did.
Okay. So that's where we're going to sit around, and she's going to take us through an exercise that involves sound, words,
take us out of space.
Yeah. Take us out of space.
You feeling happy?
Yeah. It's beautiful. And let me tell you, what I noticed when she first did it here, I did not sit in on the session. I was in the front managing the store, but I remember the vibes were coming through the walls. I also remember that, then I did sit in on the last 2 times that she presented it here, but also you make sure we touch various areas of our bodies as we are creating these sounds. So some sounds work well for the liver, so you touch the liver. Some sounds work well for the heart chakra, so you touch the heart chakra. Some for the throat. So be prepared for that as well, and she can explain some of that now. But, you know, even though this is a one-day self-care Saturday, I think we're all learning, or maybe it's just me, really how to incorporate that into your life.
Yes. It's kind of like you just come and see what stands out the most to you. You just like take it
and ask those questions. And it may not be today, it may not be Saturday, but somewhere down the line you can say, you know what, I remember that this sister shared with me about this and so I want to kind of move forward with that. So again, that is this Saturday at Harambee Market, 2104 Main Street. That's in North Little Rock. The doors open here for the market at 11 o'clock, and the workshops start at 1 to 2:30, 3 to 4:30, and then 5 to 7. We are asking donations per workshop. Let me repeat that. We are asking for monetary donations per workshop. Let me repeat that each one of them has an amount that they have designated that they feel comfortable, that if you would consider, if you want to participate and be involved, then there is a donation suggested amount. You can pay with card, cash app, PayPal, or good old-fashioned cash. We welcome it. So I did get a call from a lady today, and I was sharing about what was going on, and she is definitely excited about coming, so I hope she comes. I told her to bring a friend. And I was talking to Bree earlier before we did the show. I said, you know, Bree, we're all on Facebook. We all kind of get sucked into that portal. We all kind of, you know, some days I'm in Atlanta, some days I'm in New York. Like, what are they doing in Detroit, or what are they? And I come to realize that everything that I'm looking for out there is right here with us. So what I'm saying is that what you may be looking for outside of Central Arkansas is right here. And I wouldn't sleep on the sisters that we have that are going to present to you at all, because they are well studied, well learned, and they're very serious about their approach. And this is not anything that they just say, you know what, you know what I'm saying? They're very sincere about what they're doing. And as I said, I don't think healing is for everybody. You know, to be healed is for everybody. But to be a healer
It's not.
You know, you wait till your number is called. If it's called, and you be patient, and you realize, and I don't. I'll be quiet and I'll let y'all talk a little bit more. But I don't have to. Well, maybe I will ask. I know everybody sitting in front of this phone right now is working on their own healing journey. Mm-hmm. It ain't like we got it. So let me hurry up and run it to you. You know, I'm working on my own healing, and I know a lot, and there's a lot that I still need to know. But everything that I learn, I try to apply it to me first. I try to ground and root myself first within it. Anything else you guys want to share? We're not done with the show, but is there anything you guys want to share and get out to those that are listening?
I just want to make sure that when they come to my workshop to bring a towel and a bowl. This is Jewel.
All right.
So this is Jewel.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, like, bring a towel, bring a bowl, be ready to, partake.
Okay.
So.
Awesome.
All you need to bring for me is just like if you want to take notes, you can take notes. Sometimes I don't.
But you're gonna do some activities too, Breana. Yeah. What kind of activities do you have planned?
So I know we gonna do like a little. I don't want to say everything, but I'll share like the releasing ritual we're gonna do. And so I was just telling them how I tap into my inner child whenever I come up with these rituals or whatever. So I came up with the idea to like release anger, release any type of emotion that you want to be balanced. We're gonna throw some water balloons, okay?
That's fine.
In the water,
not in Harambee Market,
not inside, outside. I was looking at your fence back there, though. I want to paint like some circles. Okay. I want to paint like some little chakra circles, like release them out of that specific chakra. Nice. I don't know if you would be okay with that, though.
We'll talk about that off air. And then too, you may want to assess your audience because I was alluding to this earlier that I know words like chakra, altars, rituals scare black people.
Yeah, every day is a ritual.
It does. It scares black women. It scares those of us who are suffering the most. Mm-hmm. And when you say chakra, altar, bruja, ritual, energy, then we already know they're like, that's not what I've been taught, and that's not what I quote unquote believe in.
Exactly.
But I want to quote Brother Panic, if I got this quote correct. Hey, Brother Panic. Hopefully you'll listen one day. I'm here in North Little Rock. Brother Panic has been here to the shop, blessed the space years ago. But I was just running one of his audios, been playing it every day. And just today I heard this. It says, we will spend money to go anywhere around the world. We'll go everywhere around the world and spend money, but we will not go inside of ourselves for free.
That's real.
And that's a scary, can be seemingly dark place, because a lot of us can just take it to the other altar and just give it up in prayer. But I know that there are some things that we have to deal with, that darkness that we have to go inside and deal with, because if we don't, you pass it on.
That beautiful.
Because guess what? It got passed on to you. And you're trying to disseminate it and figure out how to shake it and how to move through it. And you've been given very limited tools to do it. Very limited. You just have to believe and hope and pray and go see a doctor. I remember I really thought doctor was God. I remember when they told me that you don't need to come up here no more because you're healed or cured. I was like, wait a minute. I really I'm going to die if I don't have you to come to every 6 months. It was like, we done. We put you through the chemo. We put you through the radiation. Go out, live your life, and because we got a whole herd of other people we need to put through this system. You know what I'm saying? We don't need you doubled and back. We need you to move forward. And I'm not speaking of that jokingly, but I am a Cancer. I don't even call it survivor. I'm a conqueror. And then sometimes I'm like, was that even cancer? Or was they just telling me something? You know what I'm saying? But I remember when the doctor was God medicine, but the medicine was so overwhelmingly overwhelming for my body. I'm like, you know what?
You gotta be stronger than a cancer.
I can't do it.
But you know what's funny? I sit here and I talk to people about herbs all the time, and I get 11 questions. Like I get questions. Yeah. Why you do that? How you do that? When did it? And it's
but
like
they don't question the doctor.
No,
they're rejected. They're rejected.
Completely rejected. I get questioned to the nine, and I'm just like, I am just trying to help. Assist you.
People don't understand that either.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to have that white coat, that white jacket. You have to have those plaques on the wall.
I gotta have a
certification. But all that, you have to have a certification. But all that's kind of mind controlling.
Just to help your ego out a little bit.
To help their ego out a little bit. And again, what we are doing here again this Saturday is an introduction to self-care healing. I don't care if it's taking a bath. That's a healing regimen for me.
Yes.
But there are certain herbs, man, back in the day, you would get that dishwashing liquid and you had bubbles. But at this juncture, I don't want the dishwashing liquid.
No. I didn't know people really did that.
Some people will be washing in bleach as well. I've heard about that.
Come on, Bree. Bree the baby of the bunch. Bree, you get that dishwashing liquid. And you have bubble for days. So someone like Jewel over here can say, hey, let me show you some options that you can use.
That you can get at the grocery store.
Right.
To make bubbles? Oh, no, you're not.
I went off of bubbles. But yeah, you can actually, there's some herbs that actually, that have a saponin compartment to it that actually bubble up.
Hey, I love bubbles. Y'all should
know
I love
it's
bubbles.
a plant. It's a plant that you could just, you take it, you put it in your hand with the leaves.
Yeah.
And you just, boom, and you got bubbles.
And for people to ask you questions, I think it should be fair, just like you may trust a doctor to know the knowledge. If I feel comfortable with you, I feel your vibe is okay. Right. I need to trust that I don't need to figure it out. Because you're figuring it out. And I need to walk my walk with you individually to say, I trust that you know, you studied, you've done the work. And so, yeah, let me work with you. So how do you all work with individuals? I know you have clients, Bree. How do you work with people? They set appointments with you?
Yeah.
They go online? Do you have a website or
No,
something?
I don't have a website. They just text me or they can message me on Facebook.
Okay.
And it's just however you want to do it, really. I make it really
Well, you
simple.
also have a YouTube page.
Yeah, I
so
have a
talk
YouTube
about that
page
so
as
they can
well.
kind of learn more about you.
Yeah, I just got it started up, but what I want it to be is just like a spiritual guidance page, because I know a lot of things that I had questions about whenever I was like getting into it. That's like the types of things that I'm addressing, or just like going based off. I use Facebook kind of like as a tool to kind of see how people like what they need. You feel what I'm saying? And my spirit is just like, hey, this is what you need to talk about today. I kind of just let it flow like that. I don't really just have a structure.
Not a lot of structure.
Yeah,
Good.
it's just like whatever.
Spiritual flow.
Hey,
okay.
Do this.
That's another word people are afraid of, spirit.
Intuition. Like, I noticed it's something that's good for you because intuitively I feel.
Little break in the feed, but that's okay. My homegirl was giving me a call. We're going to wind this up in a few minutes. We just wanted to introduce you to those that were going to be here presenting this. We want to welcome Marie back into the city. And this is a divine blessing. So I'll tell you a few other little short stories. Sister Sa, Mama Ayo, and Sister Afriye did a one-day workshop. Well, it was a weekend workshop here several months ago. And of course, we were like, hey, a lot of people not showing up. And I said, you know what, sister, do you all remember? And I know Marie and I had this conversation that when we first started learning from teachers, conscious information in college or whatever the case, well, it was just few people in the room. And then you look back because Sister Samaat was saying that the first time she saw Dr. Africa, it was only 5 people there. And now 30 years later, you can look back and say, I was there when it was only me and 5 other people. Now it's hard pressed to get to see Dr. Africa. So, I work with young people, and sometimes they're the first persons to come in the classroom. Ain't nobody here? And they want to leave. Because ain't nobody here, you want to leave?
Yeah, right.
That's some human thing, right?
So,
you want to figure out who's going to come. I don't know who's going to come, who's going to be there. And all of that rigmarole plays in your head. But trust me, my intuitiveness, has discerned, if I'm using the right word, that these are some healers and teachers on the move, you know, and don't sleep on them. And we know, and there are others out there, and I've worked with others, but to have that in our community, for this to be the natural state, and we have sisters and brothers that are working and are sincere and genuine. I think Jewel does it where, I mean, I don't even think you're on Facebook, Jewel.
I'm not on Facebook.
She's not on Facebook, and she's doing the work, not for the Facebook, but for the healing component, because there's a vibration you're getting from the plant, and then there's a vibration you get from social media, and those two just probably don't go together with you.
They don't link
They
up.
just don't work.
I
So I respect that. You know, are you on Facebook? No, I'm not on Facebook. So check that. You ought to respect that. I'm not on Facebook. Like, I was telling Marie, we were talking today. We just get so much good talking in. I said, you know, when, how did I say it, Marie, about going to the bush doctor? What was I? How was I saying it? That
yeah, like the authenticity that you feel, you know, when you really
you know,
and that it's not readily available. It's not in your face. Like
you got to go search for
advertise.
it. You got to go get it. You got to go search for
like
it.
to
It's
be
not
searched
going to.
for.
It's not going to be a commercial.
Those are the people.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a commercial that's playing. You
Those are the
know?
people I attract to, because I'd rather talk to someone who's attracted to what I'm doing versus
Right,
trying
naturally.
to convince somebody.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
because that never
Yeah.
works anyway.
No,
Exactly.
it doesn't.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's going against who you are. That's going against your medicine. That's going against your healing. So,
And that's why I tell people, hey, if you don't agree with it,
yeah,
It's
so you need-
okay.
right,
It's all good.
right.
Yeah.
I didn't ask.
So I guess we're gonna close.
Can I touch on one thing?
Yeah,
real quick?
please, Marie.
I just wanted to go back real quick because we were talking about the scary words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the altar and the spirit and the chakras and the energy. But I wanted to let people know, like, just like everything that you deal with, even from a religious standpoint, that you would deal with from, I would say, spirituality, which is what we deal with, isn't irreligious. It's just coming at it from a different angle.
Different words.
And it's also everything that you find within the church. There's also a correspondent on the spiritualist side, and actually that's where it's derived from.
Exactly.
So I think education would help alleviate some of that scariness, you know, because the altar that you find in your church, there's an altar in every church that you
Yes.
like you were talking about, right?
Yeah.
And the church is basically a replica of your body, the temple, the original temple, and the altar is derived from your different personalities that you have, right? Because when you go to an altar,
right,
that's a separate entity
on,
or
man.
component
come through, because
that you're going to lay this on the altar because you want it outside of yourself.
Yes.
You understand? You know, so
Bring
the
it
altar
in, bring
comes
it in.
from
So
within
basically,
yourself.
what you're saying is we're gonna have church on Saturday. And that don't scare us at all. We love some church. Yeah, we do. Yeah, and I really, you know, it's really disheartening, and it just that people can be so trapped in a belief system that could be killing them. If you're talking about the health part,
actually,
that is killing them.
it is.
You know, and I don't care what me personally, I can walk into any church. I wish somebody would invite me to church, which I ain't been invited in a while. I'm up in that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't, but I'm also in the temple, but I'm also in the mosque, but I'm also dealing with my healing and spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing that binds me or puts me in a fear. I mean, I used to be afraid. You remember, you used to be afraid of stuff, and you thought about it like, I used to be scared, but I'm not. I don't fear. I don't have that fear anymore at all. You know, ain't nothing gonna do nothing to me. I just don't believe that anymore.
Your melanin can't even
So exactly. So we're going to talk about all of that. We thank you all who are listening, who chimed in. I see some of you are listening. I don't know if you're still on, but we do thank you. We hope everything came out clear. You had a good understanding of what we're going to offer. Also, keep in mind, we want you to like Harambee Market's page, and this will be archived to YouTube. So, although it's live, thanks for the love hearts. Although it's live, we'll also archive it to YouTube so you can listen and share, etc., etc. So, I know, Jewel, you're not on Facebook, but you do have an Etsy account.
I do have an Etsy and I have an Instagram. Little Alchemy Garden. .com is my website, and at Little Alchemy Garden is my Instagram.
So we'll hopefully get all that in the comments when we shut the show down. Marie, how do we get in touch with you?
Soundbreathlight.com or soundbreathlight@gmail.
One more time.
Soundbreathlight.com and soundbreathlight@gmail.
All right. And Bree, did we say you have a YouTube page? Does that have a
They
particular
can
name?
text me really, or they can email me.
What's your number?
My phone number is 501-295-5888.
One more time, please.
501-295-5888.
And I'm Melanie. You can reach me at Harambee Market. I do hope that you all can come out. Bring a friend. Bring your questions. We're gonna making natural skincare products, throwing balloons, releasing, breathing, making
Healing.
sounds, and healing. Okay, nobody's gonna try to get you to believe.
Just in yourself. That's all.
Oh,
Believe.
yeah.
Just
Believe
believe
in
in
you.
It's called self-care. And I don't think we talked about the traditional self-care components, but it is about believing in yourself. The first law, they tell me the first law is self-preservation.
Self-preservation.
You know, they always say, I think Oprah had to switch that. She said something about, when you drive and the first reaction is to block the child, but really you should make sure you're together and then you would block the child. Marie, I'm going to just surprise you and ask you a question. Could you end us out with a word, sign, power sound? Is there something that we can do in unison and explain what it is we're doing?
Okay.
So we're going to
since
end
we're talking
out.
about self-care and self-preservation. Let's do the one for the heart, for love, right?
All right.
Self-love. And that sound is going to be See, I want to do it together?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm count down. 1, 2, 3.
And you know what? Depending on how good and open your heart is, the more you want to flow. So when you do that, you're checking on what's stagnant in that system. You know, but we sound like we got some pretty good hearts.
Feel that vibration, that frequency was nice.
Ashe. All right, so thank you all. Thank you for listening. Please share the show. Please like us on Facebook. Please like us on YouTube. We'll drop the video. And I think that we are out. And again, happy birthday, Prince. And not only is it Prince's birthday today, but guess what?
What?
There's another Gemini birthday we are going to celebrate on Saturday. Harambee Market.
Yes.
4 years. Oh my God. I'm about to cry. I just almost forgot.
Foundation.
4 years old, June the 8th.
My
and
Gemini
also,
baby.
and also shout out to Bantu Knots Radio because their 4th birthday is the 9th. So Harambee Market, Bantu Knots Radio was Saturday night and the 7th, and Harambee Market was Sunday the 8th. So we share birthdays together. So big shout out to Charles and BB for 4 years. We've been 4 years in the game. I don't have a big celebration plan, but I just wanted to, I gave birth 4 years ago to Harambee Market. So give thanks.
Yeah.
All right. You got anything we can go out with, Marie?
Something that won't.
And we'll definitely look to see you all this Saturday. Go to the Facebook page if you want to find out some information about what we got on Self-Care Saturday. A little self-care on a Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday.
All right, we're going to turn it out, Marie. If you don't have anything, we good.
Happy.